Hey there. So today we have an update about my job situation. So the quick and dirty right now is that we are now closed until further notice. All right. So now, for people not aware, I'm going to do a short story, long story short. We got closed on Thursday. Um, we have two locations. The original is a brewery, and I work in the Maitland location. That is, you know, a restaurant, but like obviously it's a brewery, tap room brewery thing because all the beer is actually produced in Sanford. We found out on Thursday that we were immediately closed. Myself and staff fought on Friday to keep us open because they were allowed to stay open, the original Sanford location. So we stayed open. We were allowed to actually stay open. We pushed for it on Friday. We were closed on Thursday. Like no abrupt, like no notice at all. Like the dumbest thing ever happened. Like full stock restaurant, full everything. I literally cleaned the draft lines, like scrubbed the little faucets, everything. Like I literally did that on my day off, like days before that. They allowed us to stay open. Bang! I called well, before I called the news, they allowed us to go full sales. If you don't work in the industry, it's insane. Like that's unheard of. Like you guys post in the comments below if you've ever heard of a restaurant or brewery or anything to go full sales towards staff, like every single dollar. That is thousands of dollars per day. So I was able to convince the owner to give us Saturday, Sunday. The news companies, I call them Saturday, they come in on Monday. I'm tired as hell. Coming in Monday morning because I've been working a ton. Coming in Sunday morning, and get interviewed. And they were like, "Hey, let's do an interview." Again, the story is not like we're not actually closing because now I hear from the owners that like we're looking for potential buyers. So there's really the most amazing story is positive. It's not about like uncertain. Sure, the uncertainty of closure is the thing, but we are giving all sales to the staff. Like my staff that freaking like needs it. Like we don't know if we'll have a job tomorrow. Like we need every dollar to pay for rent and all this, like especially my kitchen that like like my dishwashers and stuff. So bang. The news hits. The news people come in on Sunday, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the stores will come in on Sunday night." I'm like, "Oh jeez, it's not gonna work out." I had both Channel 6 and Channel 2 doing interviews with my silly face, explaining all this, and then bang, I was able to convince the owner, give me more time. So he was like, "All right, sell through," because we have the full menu. You think we'd be closing like, "Oh, there's nothing left," blah blah. No, I have. Jesus Christ. I don't even want to think about the numbers, but like so much. We have everything to sell. So in case you close, why burn it? Like anyway, so convince them. Give me until you run out. So I got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then obviously the Sunday night news comes. So like I hope that the message would be there. And I actually did get some amount of guests, but it really has not been that busy. So we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday hits noon. Literally 12 hours ago. This is Wednesday night now. Wednesday noon hits. The owner says shut it off. I was hoping to sell so much more because today I asked the owner, like once I found out, like, so what do we do with perishable foods? If we're talking about lettuce, chicken, tons of chicken, shrimp, fish, cheese, like it's all wings. It's all gonna get thrown out. Like if you're gonna close us, like that's all garbage, right? Like you don't know when it's gonna happen. So he's like, "All right, just take it all." So I tried to take some amount of food. My freezer has some amount of food, but like a lot of that's just gonna get thrown out. It's unfortunate. So anyway, today's Wednesday. We had a little bit of, a little bit of support, but the big thing is with the 5 days is that the 5 days gave us a good amount of sales. I was able to raise thousands and thousands of dollars for the staff. So like now we're actually able to, like, people have to pay rent, right? Now you're gonna announce last second that you don't have a job, and like what are people gonna do at the end of the month? Like they're screwed. Thankfully, the staff that worked, they're cool. I gave them at least, or not myself, the owner with the situation. Everybody pushing towards this, working. We gave ourselves at least like a couple weeks worth of like cushion to like fight through this. Like yeah, whatever. And and the support has been incredible. I literally tell people, like, you don't even have to tip. Like, why even bother tipping when I think of it as a discount? You're buying a meal, you're buying a drink, whatever. Don't tip. It's all cash. It will go directly to my staff. And I count it out personally. People are like, oh, cash. The owner's trying to steal money, or no, no. The owner does not have to lift his finger. He hasn't stepped in the building at all. Like, this is all us fighting as hard as we can to make as much money as we can to get through this, because guess what? Today happened, and we didn't even sell through everything. So we try to pick through as much food as we can, but a lot of it's going to get thrown out, which is very unfortunate. I'm not a person to think about, like, I was raised like, you don't throw out food, like, leftovers, whatever, like, nothing gets thrown out. If you throw out food, you're messing up. Like, why? Like, you make something out of it. If you're not a good cook unless you can figure out, what XYZ ingredients you have. Like, so we have so much, and unfortunately, it's probably gonna get thrown out. So, on positive note, obviously there are potential buyers. The owner is looking at they have potential buyers. We've had multiple potential buyers in the building, and we're talking about a 6-7 figure deal. So you can't just go like, all right, bang, snap your fingers. Where everybody has a job now. It's gonna take time. It could take days. So this is what I tell my guests. It could take days, it could take weeks, it could take months, or it never happen. So I'm uncertain whether I have a job tomorrow. And I probably don't. I'm not working tomorrow. That's a fact. So, but I'm thankful that I had 5 days, and myself and my staff pushed forward Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we pushed forward, and we were able to raise thousands of dollars for my staff, and obviously that's going to help me sustain, like, daycare, kids, rent, bills, electric. It's been, some people say, like, it's been a roller coaster ride of emotions. It's been a literal, like, lunar space mission. Yeah, it's like, forget about roller coaster. I'll take that any day. We're talking about going to the moon. Like, the amount of, like, stress and stuff going on. But I'm very happy that we were able to get the 5 days out of it, and what we were able to get out of the amazing guests. Because not only is the money raised important, but the amount of faces that I was able to see, and multiple regulars showed up multiple days, and I told them, like, you don't have to tip. Like, all of us come to us, and it's like, we're so generous. And honestly, the thing that I'm really angry about is obviously, like, how poorly this was handled by the owners, but the fact that the word getting out there, because I know for a fact that I have such an amount of support that, like, people can't fathom. I've never worked at a job that has so much support, and I think the message wasn't out there. It just was very poorly done on social media by my company, and the window was so short. Like, people, like, how much time can people, like, figure this out? You give me another week, and I'm just like, I could burn sold everything, but couldn't sell anything else, and we had so much. People literally walk in bills like, oh, what do you have left? And I'm like, I have a full menu. And that's what makes me angry. I'm more angry than sad. That's, again, that's my personality. Like, sadness is like, because I know my staff. People can get on their feet. There's nothing to be quote unquote sad about. We ran it hard, and we did a great job. And honestly, there are potential buys out there, and so there's good news coming soon. But I'm really angry that we had this deal to raise as much money as I could for the staff, and just the visibility wasn't there. And it was good. And I thank every person that stepped in the door and spent money, and also spent so much money, adding money on top of that to my amazing staff, and we really appreciate it. But I know it could have been better. And I was a little bit angry about that. But I'm also happy about the fact that, like, hey, positivity. What are the 3 things positivity I'm looking for? I got to see so many people that, like, are regulars that have come to love. Like, no matter what happens, even if this place doesn't work out, I have dozens of people that will seek out where I work, because, like, I've come to be their person that has served them for 5 years. So it's been really fun to get to know all these people, and the goal is obviously to keep it alive. So fingers crossed that a deal goes through, the owners sell the company, and the goal is to retain the staff, and they're going to retain staff. Like I have the best amazing staff ever, so they're going to retain the whole staff ideally, and we'll see how it goes. But tomorrow is going to be some time to relax because I've worked like 50 hours in the last 5 days, which is actually not that bad. Considering, but like I was doing like 40 hours in 3 days, so I took a break because in the end, like the staff, especially the back house deserves the most, and every hour in there I'm like sort of like taking away from people, so a little tired. Could use a little bit of a break, and anyway, it's been a very, very, very long week. This is one of the longest weeks I've had in a while. So, until next time, guys. Cheers.